Welcome to another DIY project. Before calling the professional, maybe it's DIYable. This time, we are talking about how to install the Windows insulation film. For those of you living in the cold, just like myself in Canada, this is definitely a skill you want to master, because you need to repeat this every single year. In first part of the video, I will show you how to solve the big problem for those of you who have installed the window shutters. Then, we will go into details and share my DIY tips with you on how to install the Windows film perfectly. Finally, I will talk about another project I did, which is an alternative using acrylic panel for installation. Sounds exciting, isn't it? Let's get started. You may be wondering if I'm qualified to talk about Windows film installation. Believe it or not, I have tinted a Tesla Model 3 successfully. It was one of the most difficult DIY projects I had, but I did it. As I said before on my channel, almost everything is DIYable. I will share that Windows tinting video in the future if you're interested in it. Just give you some inspiration. For those who have window shutters, there is no easy way to install the insulation, unless you are willing to keep your room in total darkness during the whole winter. The goal here is to do the installation and at the same time able to see the sunlight. To do this, we need to buy this molding from the local hardware store. It's very similar to the quarter round, but it's not. It's easier to work with and it's pre-primed in white color, so you don't have to paint it. The next part is pretty much self-explanatory. Measure the length you need and cut it. You don't need any power tool. You can use any hand saw. I am using 1-inch brad nail to secure the molding to the windows within trim. Just use your common sense to determine how many nails you need. Moving on to the vertical one, a DIY tip is to use masking tape to secure it. Because you want to have good quality work, repeat this for the other side and for the top. Next, apply some caulking. Here's a DIY tip. Do not use 100% silicone because the tape will have a hard time sticking to it. You can use acrylic, latex or any paintable sealant. There is no need to apply a lot, just enough to seal the gap is good. The next DIY tip is to make sure that you use your middle finger with vinyl glove. This will give you a smooth finish without washing your hand. Middle finger is the best because it's long and powerful. You can hit the right spot with little practice. Look, that is good DIY quality I am talking about. Again, the trick is to use middle finger. For additional prevention of water damage, I usually put some paper towel here. This part is totally optional because you should not get any water condensation if you installed the installation film properly. Next, I am going to show you how to do the installation. I have done this so many times in the last 20 years, I know what I'm talking about. For DIY people, you may be struggling on the installation because you bought the wrong product. First, avoid buying this type of insulation kit in a rectangular box. It doesn't matter what brand, because you need to measure it, cut it, and it's very time consuming. The end result is not good. In recent years, there is a new product comes in a roll with a box, similar to your kitchen plastic wrap or aluminum foil. This is what you want. This type of product already pre-taped the top edge. There is no need to measure it. This saves you a lot of time. I say it's around 3 times faster than the traditional kit. Most importantly, it has better end result without wrinkles. The kit comes with some double-sided tapes, a slide cutter, and the actual plastic roll. What I want to show you is that the top edge has already got the double-sided tape. Similar to the kitchen plastic wrap you bought from Costco, you need to stick the slide cutter on top of the box, just like that. Put the end of the cardboard back to the box and we are ready to go. Clean your windows trim and molding properly. Alcohol wipe is not a bad idea. After that, you can start applying the double-sided tape. This part doesn't need a lot of skills, it's pretty straightforward. For those of you who don't have window shutters, you can apply the double-sided tape to the window casing. I assume you have curtains and drapes to block the light. Continue to work on the corner and the bottom. I forgot to mention another DIY trick. Peel the first one off and overlap the other one on top. According to the instructions, you have to wait for 10 minutes before applying the film. Starting from the left-hand side, remember to leave 2 inches on the edge before you start. Here is the most amazing part about this product: you don't have to measure it. In no time, you have the top part done. Slowly unfold from the top. It's very easy. Look at that. If you bought the right size, it should cover the whole window. If not, you are totally screwed. Now, this step is the most important and people make the mistake. There is a misconception in the very last step of using the hair dryer will fix every single imperfection. Nope, it won't. The trick is in this step. Make sure the film is straight before pressing it onto the tape. Let gravity do the work. This is the key to success. This can avoid having uneven tension on the edges. This is looking good. We are going to finish the bottom. Another DIY tips: you may have a hard time peeling off the back of the adhesive. A pair of tweezers is your friend. Just steal it from your mother-in-law's house. This helps a lot. Now trim the excess starting from the middle to the left-hand corner. Then going back to do the right-hand side. At this point, you can see there is wrinkle, but these are fixable. Use the hair dryer and set it to hot. Here's another DIY tips. Start from the edge towards the center, but don't shrink the center yet. Just focus on all the edges. Repeat this for left, right, top and bottom. After finishing all the edges, now you can start shrinking the center. Again, start from the edge towards the center. Stop in the middle. Because the process is very boring, I am just showing you the bottom. You have to do this for the top, left and the right hand side. All the imperfection will be gone. This is a good DIY quality I am talking about. It's shutters friendly. Another DIY tips. Different manufacturers have different quality of the tape. If double-sided tape fails, use masking tape on top. This helps increasing the R value of your room and is more energy efficient. Also, it reduces water condensation. You may argue about this, because by reducing the indoor humidity will solve the condensation problem. Yes, that's true, but there are people who need the humidity for health reasons, recommended by the doctor. As you can see, this is minus 20 Celsius out there. There is no water condensation except for the corner. Just a tiny bit. I would call this a very successful installation. So, when should you do it? When you change your snow tires, it's time. And I only installed the windows on the second floor facing north. Of course, if you are rich, you can replace all the windows with argon gas insulated windows. Also, installing the heat recovery ventilator is another option. There are always multiple ways from point A to point B. Here is another alternative. I bought 2 pieces of acrylic panels from a local plastic supply store. You have to understand the properties of plastic. It expands and contracts very badly. I am using some wood to build a simple frame for reinforcement. If you don't do this, good luck to you. You will fail. Next, you need a good adhesive. I tried this 100% silicone for plastic sheets, but the result was not good at all. So I switched to weld-on number 16 and it worked flawlessly. I think you got the idea. For this project, I am working on the master bathroom. Similar to the windows I showed you earlier in this video, I installed the wooden trim. If you have measured it properly, you should have a perfect fit. Of course, you should leave a tiny space like 1/8 of an inch on each side. Because it's not a permanent installation, I am using a removable sealant called Draft Attack. And this is solvent-based sealant. It cures very fast, and you cannot use middle fingers to smooth it out like I showed you earlier. You only have one chance on one single pass to do it. It's not too hard for DIY people. I would say the result is pretty good. Again, it's window shutters friendly. This is before the installation. And this is after. The humidity went up to 77% after having a shower, and there is minimal water condensation on the window. If that's not a successful DIY project, I don't know what is. I hope this helps. Give this a thumbs up if you find some good information in this video. My goal is to inspire more people into DIY. Remember to check out other videos on my channel. I am pretty sure you will love them. Remember to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you next time.